Good morning on this beautiful day, still in Santo Domingo, but this time in la Zona Colonial, which is the ancient city of Santo Domingo. Today is a pretty sunny day. We just had a huge rainfall last night because we're getting to be right in the center of the rainy season. And this morning is a little bit humid. Actually, it's humid pretty much every day. And it's sunny pretty much every day, but you get pockets of rain here and there. But today looks to be a pretty nice day to travel around. Yesterday I was scouting the area of the Zona Colonial to see what would be nice to see and so on and so forth. And this morning I figured I'd take a deep dive into one specific area that I saw and see if we can learn more about it. So all right, first I'm going to get a coffee and then we're going to get going. So we're headed towards a walkway that is supposed to lead us to the Colonial city. I'm taking a few side roads here, which is not what I did yesterday. So hopefully I'm not going to do what I do best, which is to get lost. So far, my impressions of the area where I'm at is that it's much better than where I used to be, which was in the neighborhood of Piantini and the district of El Millón. Seems to be a little bit more green space in this area. Now, to be precise, I'm not yet inside the Colonial city. I'm just on the boundaries, just on the edge of the city. But we're headed in the right direction. Even though we're not inside the Colonial city yet, we're basically on the edge, it really does feel different. Starting to see the streets are becoming more narrow. The architecture is changing a little. There doesn't seem to be as many pockets of poverty compared to where I was in the other neighborhood where I was before last week. To make sure I'm not getting lost here, I'm following the coastline. Because yesterday when I walked towards the city, I basically followed my Google map, but from the coastline. This time I figured I'd just take a side street, which is something I try to do whenever I visit a new area. I start off by the major arteries, and then gradually I head out towards using side streets, just to get a better sense of what the neighborhood is like. All right, looks nice. Okay, after a couple of wrong turns, I finally made it to the walkway. So this walkway is taking us directly right into the center of the Colonial city. Kind of reminds me of a similar walkway. Reminds me of a similar walkway in old Montreal. Now, of course, at this time of the day, it's very quiet. Really not many people around. It's only 7:15, 7:20. So, I've got time to get a coffee and a croissant and start to plan my visit. Politour. In the Dominican Republic, they have different kinds of police, one of which is called La Politour, which means police tourist. If they are as effective as when I almost got struck down by a car at a red light, then I wouldn't bank too much on them. This is really quite nice. I mean, nothing special, right? It's not incredible, but I mean, it's very quaint. It's very relaxing. It probably has something to do with the fact that here in the Dominican Republic, there's so much noise, and whenever you do encounter a quiet street like this, it almost feels magical. I could get a coffee here, but I don't think they're open. I mean, just because the door is open, it really doesn't mean anything. It's not unusual for restaurants and stores in general to have their doors open at this time of the day, but not really being open. So let's continue. There are a lot of dogs around here. Café de France. Hola. That coffee shop that I just went to, the Café de France, yesterday I went inside to just to get a sense of what it was all about. It looks really nice, lots of pastries and everything, but no prices are showing anywhere. They don't have a menu. They don't have a billboard with prices on it. They've got nothing. So I'm a little cautious whenever I come across these types of restaurants or coffee shops. Casino Colonial. You know you're entering a tourist place when you start to see casinos. If you look at the architecture, so by the way, we're stepping inside the Colonial City right now, and you can see from the architecture. Okay, let's find our coffee place. So we're kind of inside the Colonial Zone right now. So right now, yeah, this is where we're at. And right next to me, that structure over there, that's a cathedral, which I'm going to be visiting later this week. This is it right here, Catedral Primada de America. I'm going to be walking all along here. This is the starting point. I'm going to be heading down here. Anyways, it's a long tour. I can't do everything in one shot, but multiple days probably. But right now I'm going to get a coffee. If they're open. Hola, ¿estás abierto?
Sí.
Sí. Voy a tomar un café con leche regular y tienes también croissant con chocolate.
Sí, pero tardan unos minutos en hacerlo.
Es ok. Puedo... sí, voy a tomar un croissant, si puedo esperar.
Sí, voy a preguntar cuánto tiempo.
Bueno, gracias.
Okay. ¿Le pido el café primero o...?
Por aquí.
Sí, el café primero o...
Junto. Sí, gracias. All right, so just ordered a coffee and a chocolate croissant. So I'm going to pause the camera here, and then we'll continue later. All right? Okay, so we've just consumed our coffee and we're ready to do a little bit of exploring. Yesterday I was here in this general area near the port, And as I was walking around, I came across this, not sure if it's a church or a convent of some sort. But anyways, I took a few quick videos just as a reminder of what I wanted to visit today. So we're gonna head out there right now and check it out. All right, let's go. Okay, so we're going to check out this particular set of ruins right here. Not sure how much we're going to be able to see, but if we're not able to see much, then I've got a second set of ruins. If I'm not able to see much of these ruins, then there's a second set of ruins that we can check out if we have time. So something interesting here about these ruins, or not interesting, depending on how you see it. Every Sundays they have a party right here, right in this particular parking spot here, which I find to be kind of unfortunate because it brings a whole lot of traffic and a whole lot of litter that these ruins really don't need. And let's face it, the Dominican Republic is not a country that is known for its level of cleanliness. This is really nice. A little pocket of charm. Okay, let's go check out these ruins. Yep, that appears to be locked. That looks pretty nice. Lots of history in here. So this, what we're looking at here, is a convent dating back to 1504. That's definitely older than me. It's too bad it's locked. I would have liked to go inside and really check it out. But it's a big site, so let's circle around and see if there's another entrance. So that door is closed. So this is where we came by. This is where we came from, by the way. So we were all the way down there and walked up here. The zone, the colonial zone, has a certain charm to it. The side streets and the roads in the area are very, well, obviously very ancient looking. And has a certain European feel to it, which is understandable since the Dominican Republic came from Spain. Hola. That's the police, by the way. Yeah, so, all right, let's go check it out. One thing I find really unfortunate about about this country is the level of litter. The litter is unbelievable. Now, some people tell me that they just don't have the infrastructure, but I mean, look, there's a whole lot of tourist dollars coming into this country. So to say that they don't have the infrastructure is a little bit hard to believe. I'd be I don't know. I'd be more inclined to think that there's a lack of willingness. Others have told me, many locals are telling me that the money is stuck at the top of the hierarchy. Well, I mean, that's a problem that's common in so many countries. Canada is no different. The U.S. is no different. It's just that it's at a different level. But corruption at the top exists in almost every single country in the world. It's just that in some countries it's well hidden, and in other countries it's not as well hidden. All right. Let's see if we can find out more. So the colonial zone is not that big from a distance. Well, from the perspective of acreage, if you will, it's not that big. If you visit absolutely nothing and you just walk the path of the whole colonial zone, you can do it in. Well, I walked the whole thing in 2 hours without visiting anything. Now, if you stop to visit all of the various nooks and crannies and all of the museums that are here and all the different sites, and you're not in a rush, and you stop by restaurants here and there, well, you can pretty much you can do all of that in very easily in 1 week, 5 days, let's say, 5-6 days, and you'll get a pretty good idea of what the colonial zone is all about. Okay. One thing you'll notice here in la Zona Colonial is when you talk to tourist officers or tourist agents or tourist employees, they may tell you that such and such place, like a museum, opens at, let's say, 9, and then when you show up at the place, it actually opens at 10, or even worse, it may be closed for renovation. So the line of communication is not always straightforward between a particular site and the tourist office. The other thing as well has to do with guides. When you get here, everybody wants to sell their services to give you a tour. But not everybody's an expert on the history of the Dominican Republic. And not everybody speaks English either. So, take it for what it's worth. I didn't hire a guide. I would have liked to hire a guide, but I couldn't find a guide that was very knowledgeable on the history of the colonial city. So I ended up just winging it. Not sure what this is supposed to be. Might have been a house at some point. although I don't see any openings for a door. So yeah, not sure what it was. But anyways, it's interesting nonetheless. Yeah, all right, so let's continue. Still no front door. I really like how it looks. I mean, ruins always look good. It always looks so interesting, so dramatic. It's almost hard to believe that humans lived here all that time ago. There's a, wonder if this is locked. Yeah, it's locked. I don't understand why it's locked. Yeah. That's too bad. What else do you have here? Okay, so we're going to walk down Calle Hostos, and we're heading out to the second set of ruins, which is just down this nice little street. A very nice little side street here. I love these little nooks. It's got a European vibe to it. I've never been to Spain, but I imagine much of the influence, architectural influence here must be from Spain. Yeah, very nice. So let's go down here. Okay, well, the hospital, the oldest hospital in the Dominican Republic, I believe. I believe this is it. You ready for this? And here it is. I believe this is the oldest hospital in the Dominican Republic. Maybe Christopher Columbus got treated here. All right, let's go inside. Let's see if there's a lot of people in the waiting room. Okay, so this used to be a temple and a hospital and was built between 1503 to 1508. You probably can't see this in this video, but what you're hearing, the birds, those are actually parrots. I don't know why these parrots are attracted to these walls. But they're all over the place. All right. Maybe this was, well, there's a bench here. Maybe it was a waiting room. I don't know, maybe. I really love these ruins. I like all kinds of ruins where there's a lot of history. This is so interesting. It amazes me that there once was life so many years ago. It's not extremely big. Don't know what that means. Adobo, adobo. No idea what that means. That's pretty cool. All right, that's about it. And I'll see you guys in the next, or actually, you'll see me in the next video. All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.